Hello! And welcome to another live stream. So the intro music was weird again. Huh. Wonder how that happened. Let me check my settings. Properties. Yeah, why is it on monitor and output? It shouldn't be. I thought I changed that last time. I didn't have time to look at that during the intro. Because I had to prepare for what we're gonna do today. I was gonna vote for the OpenRCT2 title sequence contest. You're looking at the old title sequence now and it's gonna be replaced soon. And I'm still gonna vote for that. But Dirklink only finished putting together the form a few minutes ago. And I was downloading everything and setting everything up during the intro. But yeah. Welcome everyone. Hope you're having a good time. And Slime has a very nice shiny buttocks. Love to see it. But I hope you're all having a good time. And let's finish setting up this thing. I have to... There's this stories thing. I hope they're in order. So, OpenRCT2 is holding a title sequence contest to create new parks that the title sequence is gonna be hosted in. I thought, you know what, I might compete, but I didn't really want to be bothered. It would take me several streams at least to do it, and I just couldn't be bothered. But I will vote. I will have my voice heard. So, let's get... let's see. Yeah, that's good. So, this is the OpenRCT2 title sequence contest. Yeah, it's hosted by Dirklink. But it's for OpenRCT2 title sequence. But Dirklink often does challenges and contests and stuff, so they let him host it, which is a very good idea. So, give every entry a rating from 1 to 10. The highest and lowest vote on every entry will not be counted towards the end result to reduce the influence of outliers. Votes you make on your own entry will not be counted. Well, I didn't participate. Reviews are optional and will be shown after the results are announced. If you have trouble deciding how to rate the entries, I think that should be. Just give your favorite one a 10, your least favorite one a lower score, and then every other entry a rating in between. Oh yeah, you can also on Dirklink's Discord, you know, he posted a link there if you want to vote yourself. Will he actually ignore your vote if he does this? If you do, I cannot read, please ignore my vote. Please select your name. Hey, you have to be on his Discord. Does that mean if you join the Discord now you can't vote? Because you would have to be in there before it started. Oh, or the OpenRCT2 Discord. I'm gonna make a post about it as well. Because I think it's an important thing. Marcel, thank you for the most important RCT video about greeting people. It was an interesting video. Oh, looks like I don't need the stories thing at all. Before we start, quickly. The video on how to greet people. It was received differently than I expected. I'll pull it up. Let's see. Yada yada yada. If we go to my own channel. Hello everyone and welcome. Shut up. Shared identity. Shut up. So, this is the video, when should you greet someone in the street? And it was basically a video that overthinks it. It's kind of a bit like the heap paradox. If you may have heard of it, right? If you have a big heap of sand, like tens of thousands of grains of sand, that's a heap. Take one grain away, that's still a heap. But if you end up eventually with one grain, that's not a heap. At what point is it no longer a heap of sand? Is there one particular grain in between it's either yes or no a heap or sand? And this was kind of the same. Like, for example, if two people walk this close by each other, you just say hi once. But if they're... hang on. This far apart, you'd say hi twice. And where's the limit? Did you happen to get recommended a certain 11-year-old Vsauce video again recently as well? No? A lot of people in the comments apparently think that this is an issue I deal with. That when I approach some people, I actively think, oh, how am I gonna greet them? Or I also got some comments, oh yes, I also have social anxiety. I'm like, well, I don't. This isn't bothering me. It's not like I get home and then think, oh my god, did I greet those people the way I'm supposed to? Like, yeah, I have autism. Thinking about this is probably some autistic thing, but I just like to think about it, take it to the extremes. A lot of these things come naturally to normies. They come naturally to me too. The fact that I think about these doesn't mean that they don't come naturally to me. Like, if you think about when a heap ends, a heap of sand becomes just a few grains of sand, that doesn't mean that you can't naturally determine when something is a heap, right? That's a lot of people think that this doesn't come naturally to me, and there's not anything wrong with that. Like, I have had to learn things having autism. Not this. Maybe I did have to learn it, but at least now it comes naturally to me. That's not how that video felt to me. I thought you just wanted to present some funny life observations. Well, that's exactly what I wanted to, yes. That's the point of this video. It was years ago when I was taking a walk with my mom, and we encountered some people, and after that I randomly was thinking, well, hang on, if they walked further apart, would I have to say hi twice? Like, how far apart? I just thought about it. I mentioned it to her, and she was like, huh, I never thought about that. And then 2 weeks ago or so, she randomly brought it up with me again. So, yeah, it's just a little life observation. Also, I'm very sweaty. Because it's very hot here. Which is a bit annoying. I absolutely loved watching the title sequence as a kid. To be honest, I still do. Very excited for this contest. So, hang on, I'll take the original one for you. Oh, whoops, that's not the title sequence. Hang on, where's the... Where do I get... Where do I change the title sequence? This is music. That's the RCT1 music. Oh, here. Now, this is classic RCT1, isn't it? Absolutely classic RCT1. Now, Rosebuster, that's the thing. A lot of people said they loved it because it was just a funny kind of slice of life video, but with Roller Coaster Tycoon visuals. That works for a lot of people, so I might do it again. Anyway, let's get into it. So, the first one is by 73. That's the user. Is it? I think it is. There's also a user called 94 here. And Bananvanaat. Yeah, I know 73 actually. I don't know 94, but I know 73. 73 is a prime number. So, before we take a bigger look at it, let's take a look at the story. And we can click that away. It is believed that the sins of Captain Buttbeard, Slime, with your butt, have brought a curse upon the land. An ancient belief teaches that such a curse, as the curse of Buttbeard, can only be broken by the collective strength of puke and laughter. The rollercoaster tycoon... Oh, the rollercoaster tycoon... I mean, that's grammatically correct, but it feels a bit weird. Rollercoaster is not part of the noun here. It's an adjective. The rollercoaster tycoon has come forth to bring an end to the curse of Buttbeard by building a theme park on this island. Will these rollercoasters bring enough nausea and joy to unchain our souls? So, this is the park. Well, this is clearly unfinished. Either it's unfinished or I'm insulting it by saying it looks unfinished. But this is not fit for the title sequence. I don't think it's unfinished. Well, I do. I don't think this is... The best shot you could get is kind of a bit like this, but... The thing is, if we go back to the title sequence... You can kind of zoom out on the title sequence. Now, nobody expects it to look good when you're zoomed out all the way. If you by changing the scaling factor. But you do have, you know, it does have to look good still when you're relatively zoomed out. And here at, let's see, yeah, this is the standard zoom level. Like, it very clearly becomes just weird. I like these buildings. Like, the bit that's finished is very good. This castle is nice. The flower beds are nice. This building is very nice. So is this one and a few other disconnected buildings. I like it. I like it a lot. This is lovely. But this is just not fit for a title sequence. I don't think this is giving people a good idea of, hey, look how beautiful Open Rollercoaster Tycoon can look. Because it'll just have... It's just... It's bits and pieces of really good stuff. But it's just too empty. Well, that's an easy one. It's not a 1 out of 10. I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. It's just... some really nice stuff. And beautiful buildings, but it's way too empty to be fit for a title sequence. There we go. Next. 94 Supreme Posse and Beautiful Monday and Loly-Poly and Sordid and Swag Titties and The Brew. That's a whole load of people. A glacier-filled valley is yours to develop into a theme park. Wait, I think I just forgot to announce the stream, did I? Yeah, hang on, let me quickly announce the stream. I forgot because I was being busy with the... If Dirklink was only 10 minutes earlier, that would have not happened. Hang on. Late notification, but I'm live. There we go. Hey Dirklink, welcome. A glacier-filled valley here to develop into a theme park. Hang on, that just that just sounds like... Hang on. A glacier-filled valley is yours... Is that... Did they just modify Grand Glacier? Because that's exactly what it says here. Well, let's have a look. No. They did not. But it is a glacier. Okay. So this one's at least finished. And it looks quite good. Where shall we start? Let's start by... Well, let's start by the entrance and the parking lot. So, I should probably zoom out a bit more. Looks better zoom out on the scaling factor. It's not like we have to build anything here. So that doesn't matter. I like this idea they did for a river. Now, I don't think this is... I'm very much looking at this from a lens of... Would this fit for the title sequence? I don't think this shot would be used for the title sequence. There's no guests, there's no rides. It's also not in the park. It's nice nonetheless though. But it doesn't really impact my score for whether it's fit for the title sequence. Is that what we're voting on? Like, will the ones with the most votes get used for the title sequence, or is that a separate thing? It does display what you can make in this game. Yeah, but the title sequence does not just have to be fancy tricks. It also has to just look good, and it has to entice people to want to build. And to want to play it. At least that's my philosophy. There's a monorail here. Which goes back and forth like that. It's supposed to be kind of going off the map, but yeah, you can't really... Hey Natty, welcome. I believe the top 5 scorers get in the title sequence. Ah, I did not read any of that. I'm just here to vote. Hey, is that... That's a bus thing. Bus stop. So this is a sort of... I don't think it's a hotel, but it's a building. Maybe a restaurant? What does it say on the other side? Nothing. All entries will be considered for the eventual sequence. Best scoring ones have a higher chance. In the end, it's up to the OpenRCT2 development team. Fair enough. Looks like an art gallery. Well, there's at least some art. So it might be. And there's a whole lot more buildings here. And a whole lot of empty stuff here. This is a bit of... On one hand, it's very nice. Because these little gardens with the river are beautiful. But it's also a shame that it's so empty here. Because this is the proper park. But this is... Like, there's a few guests, but not more. And that's a bit of a shame. But what is here is done beautifully. It's kind of... Is this are these bridges? Or... Is this more of a river tunnel with some occasional open spots? It's kind of... Again, where's the limit? How small do these open spots have to be before they become open spots instead of bridges? That these are bridges. You know, if these were just one tile wide, they were obviously bridges. It's a heap paradox all over again. This is some beach stuff. This is a nice fountain. Well done. Okay, and then we get into the actual park. Now, what I will comment this on is this looks like an actual park. That's not necessarily what looks the best in OpenRCT2, because a lot of OpenRCT2 parks that look really good are kind of unrealistic. But these very wide paths and, you know, normally I would build a flat right here, a flat right here, a flat right here, and then one here, but there's actually one here. In OpenRCT2, or in actual parks, they don't do that. So that's what makes this very much more realistic. Yeah, while it is impressive, this doesn't look like an RCT park to me. Same. On the other hand, well, I mean, still does look like an RCT, but not as classic. On the other hand, having a shot like this in the opening title sequence is great. Maybe a little bit like this so you can see the top spin. This is a fantastic shot for the title sequence. So that's absolutely very good. But yeah, this building, I don't think is. There needs to be movement. Yeah, we have a few fountains, I guess, but as nice as this building is, it's incredibly well done. With the roofs, with the track architecture and all the stuff. It's very, very well done. It even has... Is that... I think those are just scenery supports. I don't think... Oh. Holy crap, there's a lot there. So... Oh yeah, hang on. I need to change the power-ups and stuff, because... hang on. That. Well, we can still drown a guest. And the geography, I guess, works too. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame that stuff like this I don't think will be used for the title sequence, because it just doesn't have enough movement. Or stuff like that. It's not in a park. There's no guests and no rides. Same with the glacier. Like, this is some lovely work. Some lovely terraining work. But this is a weird shot for a title sequence. Something I always noticed on DKMP contests is that people often build disproportionately large buildings. I guess so, because if you look at this base floor, it's like 5 units tall. So that's 7.5 meters. Well, this is more. This is like 10-meter high roof. I guess it could be 2 floors. But still, oh, this is wonderfully done though, with these pillars. How in the world do you even build like this? It can't be without mods or plugins. Okay, so what was allowed to be used is something called zero clearance checks. Well, these 3. Well, sandbox mode is kind of just building outside the boundaries of the park, doesn't really matter here. But zero clearance checks and disable support limits. Well, disable support limits kind of speaks for itself. Alright, see ya, don't see ya. And disable clearance checks means that stuff isn't... the game doesn't check for collisions. So if I turn this off, which is the way it normally works, and I build a merry-go-round in here... You see, I can't build in between there because there's some track in the way. And if I... I don't know what the track is, but there is track in the way there. But you know, if I build it here, it replaces all the scenery because it can't exist in the same place. But if I have it enabled, then I can build it... Well, there's a whole lot of path for this one. I can build it wherever the hell I like. And it will all go kind of through each other. And that is how they did this. Because this is, if I remove this, this is a looping coaster track with the chain lift enabled. You see the wooden coaster track underneath. They are built in the same position, on top of each other. That's possible with zero clearance. Without, it's not possible, of course not. But zero clearance, or disable clearance checks, but it's known as zero clearance or ZC in the community. All of that stuff is possible. Anyway, now that I ruined part of it, which we've already looked at, so it's fine. Someone said it was too wide, and I kind of agree. Because this path is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles wide. Or that's 6 even, I think. 6 tiles wide. And That would be like about 20 meters. Which is a very wide path, even for an actual theme park. So yeah, it's a little on the wide side. If this were more narrow, the proportions wouldn't look good. I do agree. I don't know how long you've been here, Beautiful Monday. But I did say that this is a very good shot for the title sequence. Because that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at what makes for a good title sequence shot. This stuff, beautiful. Well done. But there's almost no movement, no life here. So this is not good for a title sequence, in my opinion. But this is an actual park. Great for a title sequence. Same for something, you know, like this. You know, with the coaster going by and the right timing. Absolutely great. And this building is very nice. It's a shame that this doesn't get rendered inside, but I suppose that this is just a scenery wall piece, so that makes sense. Ooh, you made parasols out of the mini golf. That's very clever. That's very, very clever. I like that. Some more nice buildings. And some wooden... I mean, the base of this is a wooden coaster, but it's got the hybrid coaster built on top of it. No, actually, I think the base is the hybrid. With the wooden coaster underneath. But then again, yeah, it's a hybrid coaster with wooden coaster trains. And then also a dummy wooden coaster underneath to make the track look good. Hey Marcel, as another Marcel that's going to the Efteling later this year for the first time, what suggestions do you have? Don't ask me. I haven't been there in at least 15 years. So, yeah, don't ask me. But there are plenty of people here who've been recently, I'm sure. Okay, what else do we have? We have a very nice building with the catwalks as the mini golf. And a very nice observation tower with all these monorails being used as some kind of boundary thing. It's very common, but that's because it looks very good. Ooh, this is nice. Spraying the grass with whatever these are called. Sprayers. Water sprayers. Made out of fountains and a mini sus track. Okay, what else is there? Okay, there's some farming stuff. A lot of foresty stuff. Sprinklers, that's the word, thank you. Hey, we're in Germany, Switzerland, France. Are we on the tri-point? Well, there's no glacier on that tri-point. So I think they're just flags. And here another bit. So very nice. And yeah, I do need to hurry up a bit, Max, I think. So, let's see. I don't want to give it too high, because this is... I don't think this will be my favorite. There are some really good shots in this, though. I could write a review. I could also just link... like say, watch the vault. But that's lazy. That's very lazy. Very well done. Has some great spots for title sequence shots. Just link the VOD. I can't link the VOD though. Because it's not up. It doesn't exist yet. I can link my VOD's channel. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Hang on, that's a good idea. Because I'm very much more detailed here. Hang on, What are you linking, Slime? Yeah, that's my channel, but I have a better link. Hang on, go back. For detailed feedback, say the vault of the stream on this YouTube channel. There we go. If they so bad want to watch it, for some reason, if they value my input so much, then they can watch it. It'll be up in 2 days. I'll add your link to the reviews when the VOD is up. Just DM me the link. Alright, I'll leave this in place for now. So, this got an 8. ATN. Huh, an 8 TN. Alright, I assume this is the park entrance. Yeah. It's called Autumnal Wild. And, ooh, it's a gay park. This is the Progressive Pride flag. I must say, I'm not particularly a fan of the Progressive Pride flag. I like just the rainbows better. But it's very well executed here. Now, if I'm honest, I'm not sure about I'm not sure how the OpenRCT2 devs feel about having a shot like this in the title sequence opener. Because even if, you know, yes, you are kind of making a political statement with it. I personally would not do it. I would not put this in. As well done as this is, as much as I support the message, I would not put it in the title sequence. Because I don't think it's the wisest move. I also had something gay in the park. Did you mention that? No, because I didn't see it. Also, hang on, was that geography question ever asked? I can't see when it was asked because I refreshed the thing, so I don't know. I don't see it. Either way. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. We got several sections. Ooh, what's this? This is very trippy. We got a single rail coaster here, going through a lot of abstract stuff. It's a bit... It reminds me of Tron. Feels very Tron-like. Called neon light. Yeah, very neon lighting. I just wish the path was a neutral color because the red is intense. I agree. I don't think the red was the best choice here. I think this one would have been better. The brown. The red path is not my favorite. A nice side friction coaster. I quite like the side friction coaster. Side friction and reverser are very similar coaster types. Yet, I don't really like the side friction. Sorry, I don't really like the reverser, but I do really like the side friction. I'm not exactly sure why. Part of it is definitely that this coaster looks a lot better. The reverser is quite a bit uglier. And here we have some kind of icy bit. Now, I'm thinking again, you know, kind of composition for a title sequence shot, right? I feel like this icy bit is too small. Because if I would be like this, and this is not very zoomed out for a title sequence shot, then in every corner you have something not icy. So, it feels like it's slightly too small, because you can't just have winter. That's the way I think about it. But if you look at it, this bit around the Enterprise, that's very lovely. This building with the icy stakes here, the icy wooden poles, lovely. A shot like this is nice though. I could get behind a shot like this. Absolutely. I like this for a title sequence. Don't forget to hydrate. Thank you. You guys should all hydrate too. It's very warm here. Nice. This too, you know, here it doesn't matter if you see a bit of water and a bit of other bits of the park, because it's not drastically different. So a title sequence shot like this works, and it looks good. And it's a very well made, what's it called, river rapids, called waterworks. Hey, we got a rainbow railroad as well. Literally called that. Okay, this stuff is very nice. This stuff would have fit very well in yesterday's video with the sidewalks and stuff. This is a nice neighborhood. So, well done on that, but yeah, this is not for a title sequence, obviously. Because this is not the park. Don't worry, I got some French lemonade from the Lidl. I never go to the Lidl. What even is French lemonade? Okay, so what do I feel about this? Oh wait, hang on, there's more here still. There's another gay flag. This time just a rainbow. If only just because doing the progressive thing on here is impossible. And some more kind of neon ride. Very futuristic. I still don't know why you get lag spikes like that. That's not the autosave. The autosave is something that's instant with a park this small. You don't notice that. Okay, what do I think about this? Hang on, had I already seen this? I don't think I had. There's a lot going on, yeah. It feels not very cohesive to me. The areas are a bit too small, and the red path is too dominating for me. There are a few shots in here that I think are nice. The red path, for example, works well here. And it works especially well because it's in the corners and the path here is the grey path. So that works. But in something like this, I don't think the red path really works all that well. And this is very busy. It's very busy to my eyes. So I'm gonna give this one a 6. Ball Pit Warrior and Dirklink and Monsterbugs. Welcome to Sommerland. This park is based off the Danish park called Djurs Sommerland. And has lots of rides inspired by their real life counterparts. Take a ride on the tire launched coaster Juvelen. Ride below the track on the family invert Dragekongen. Or soak your friends on Solguden. Other than these, lots of rides from Djurs have found a place in our park. Come and check them out. I think the smaller rainbow flags would work better on a title sequence than a massive flower patch. Yeah, feels more welcoming, and when you see it you'll be hell yeah. With the flower patch you would overwhelm and seem a little forced in. Yeah, that's the thing, it feels forced. Like, where was the... I mean, this is not really a rainbow flag. This is just a rainbow. Well, not even still. Where was the other rainbow flag? There was like a proper one on a flagpole. Yeah, here. Something like this. That will be alright. Or, you know, something like this. Very much in the corner. If you zoom out a little bit, you can see it. Okay, next park. So this was based on the real-life Danish park. And we start with the entrance here. Someone had a monster truck. This is one of those big American pickup trucks. It's about lifted the same above the road. So, here we have a ride called Dragekongen. And it's a small, well, not that small, medium, compact inverted coaster. And it's lovely. And look at that, these are the same dogs that I used for my video yesterday. There just happens to be a dog statue in the game that I could use. I've seen some YouTuber build this live. That is either Ballpit Warrior and Monster Bugs or Dirkling did a live stream. Does Dirkling do live streams? I mean, I know he did like one where he built a mega park. Some YouTuber. Oh, Dirkling did do that. You did 5 live streams. Ah. I didn't know. So, I like this. I like this coaster. Comparing this to the second entry, which was the one with the very wide paths, which looked also kind of realistic. I prefer this for Roller Coaster Tycoon style, because the paths here are 2 or 3 tiles wide, and that just works a little better in the style that we're working here with here. Language. It feels very much like a title screen park. Yes. A shot like this. This is the definition of a title screen shot. The chicken ride. What's a chicken ride? This? There's a chicken here. It's called Den Wilde Hansejagd. Which is the wild dog chase? Hanse? I think dog is Hunder. Well, that's Norwegian actually. I don't know about Swedish. The wild fowl chase. Ah, there we go. There's a very nice, what's it called? Log flume here as well. Okay, yeah, that's the one thing. If you have a title sequence shot like this, then you have this in it. It doesn't have steep sprites, which is a bit of a shame. Ooh, that's a massive parking lot. Someone is trying to park. Hang on, if we... People waiting here. Someone is speeding about. This guy can't park. Didn't this take you absolutely bloody forever to do? So very... Yeah, some nice flower patches here. But they're not that important. Because I'm mostly looking at title sequence shots. Hang on. This is just Dirkling's most viewed video. If we go to YouTube... Oh, shut up. And we... That's just his most viewed video. From 5 years ago already. It's 51,000 views. It's the exact same thing. I think they violated Rule 7 with a tedious ass parking lot. What's Rule 7? I didn't look at the rules. I didn't participate. There's a little dino thing here. Which is nice. The Giga Coaster. Rule 7 is always the same. Have fun. Ah. I mean, I've done similar things. That people are like, bruh, and had fun. You put the podcast on, and it'll be fine. Okay, so what do I think of this park? Well, in terms of for the title screen, I think it's the best yet. I'm hesitant to give it a 10. I might later, but for now I'm gonna give it a 9. Because I think it's really good. Right, check the dino area. Oh, there's a King Kong. That's well done. Love that. Is there anything other? Anything other special? There's a pooping T-Rex. Is there? I don't see it. Rotate the screen once more. To the right. I mean, there are 2 T-Rexes here, but 3 times more. Oh! You can only see it from this angle. These are hamburger boxes, aren't they? That was way too difficult to spot for me. Even when I knew it was somewhere here. I was like, am I just not seeing it? Or am I seeing it but not realizing that's what it is? Something like that. Well, anyway. I've already gone to the next one. So. That's why Natty's here. Hehe. Brooks here, Flying Robin, Natty Streamland, and Wes. And no story. I feel like that's also not as important here, because it's a title screen sequence, so I don't really care much for the story. Like, I like the little story here about it being a real park, but any kind of imagination story that works for me like for a challenge, contest challenge, but for this it's a bit different. Alright. So, this also feels very kind of title sequence-esque. And then here we have, yeah, it's just the entrance part, I guess. Tickets, I like that. This is a classic, some kind of water feature, some flower beds or bushes or whatever around it. But the nice thing is, everyone does theirs a little different. And I like this one. I like the purple. The lavender specifically. And it's nice. And then, well, big forest, that's not that important. There's no reason for this to dip down. But it does make it better. Hey, this is Brooks here. Story text should fly from the bottom of the screen during the RCT intro sequence. No. A nice building. I quite like this. It does. I mean, this is kind of what I was missing. Because so far, I was kind of in the mindset of I like this. But it's also quite generic. Because stuff like this, I've seen a lot of times before. You know, some flowers, some trees, all of these spots. And I suppose that's kind of what you do in RCT. A lot of my parks that I built look similar too. But then you have something like this, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's something I don't see every day. And I like that. So this is done with, well, this is just spiral slide, but also some hardline stuff. Mini golf. I don't know what specifically this is. It's flying saucers. And of course the spiral slide in the middle. Well, that was kind of obvious. And that's well done. That I like. Oh, and here's a Virginia reel. And here we got the trams. Ooh, there we go. We got our Giga Coaster. Now, I don't know how you guys think of this. Oh, it's a triple launch. Neat. I don't know what your guys' opinion on this is, but the current title sequence has a moving shot in it. Where you, like, hang on. Train's gotta be down here somewhere. Yeah. You know, it's got a shot like this. Where you just follow the train. I don't like that. Nah, Slime agrees with me. Now, of course, you're free to disagree with me. Someone put it in there for a reason, after all. But I don't like these moving shots in the title sequence. Oh, this is a well-done ship. With the mast here. I like the moving shots. Yeah, that's fair. I think we will have one moving shot again. And again, I will dislike it. But that's fine. Grisaya would turn in his grave if he saw moving shots in the secret. I think that's a bit exaggerated. This bridge is well done though. What are these? Is this single rail stuff? Yeah, it's all single rail coaster. That's well done. That was very well done. The railings on it. That's not really a railing, but whatever. You know what I mean. The art, is that art? There's not a ship here. Oh, that looks a bit like the thing in music. What's it called? Like what you have at the start when you're a clef, yeah. In Dutch we call it the G-sleutel, so the G clef. And then treble clef, yes. For those who don't know what I mean. Oh, shut up. I never used this account. But I have it because this email address is public anyway, so if you see it on here, that's fine. That's why I'm logged into that. Yeah, it looks a little bit like a treble clef. Looks like Aquanura. I've never heard of Aquanura. Ooh, that's a big fountain stuff. Oh, that's Efteling. Oh, this is a water show. Oh, that makes sense. I didn't think of that. I thought it was just some fancy fountains with a weird thing underwater. But yeah, it's a water show. And these are supposed to be, like, be feeding it and stuff. So that you can spout it all very high. I like this. This would be a good shot for a title sequence. And we have a mini sus here. The problem for me is the parks are incredibly pretty, but way too focused on art and realistic paths and scenery. I want to see more rides and actual roller coasters as the focus. Yeah, I see what you mean, because this park has literally one proper ride. Well, I guess two. One small one here. And then a looping coaster here. Then, you know, a very tiny ride here that you would barely notice. There are no rides here. I guess there's the tram, but that's not really a proper ride. This is technically a ride, but it's more of a playground. So, yeah, indeed... That's maybe what was missing as well for me. Because this is also a ride, but it doesn't feel that much like it, because it's not what we're used to. Ours has a plentitude of coasters. Yours was the first one, right? Was it? That one felt too empty to me. It had a couple of lovely bits, but they were too spaced out. Drink some water. Good idea. I keep forgetting. Well, it's not that I forget. I just rely on whenever you guys tell me. The emptiness is literally explained in the story. Yes, but that doesn't mean that it makes for a good title sequence. That's what I'm judging it on. Like, the story may be good with it, but this is for the title sequence, not for having the best story. I will give this a 7. I think it's a joke because it does not have a story. No, it does. It does. If we go back to the first one. There's absolutely a story here. You're on a island or something. Alright, let's move on to the next. Oh, hang on. Yabba-dabba-doo. Immortal Cactus. Next one. Zoom out. Okay, so here is again the parking lot. Everyone drives old-timers here. Is this set in the 1920s? Looks lovely though. Again, kind of a shame that these are boring title sequence shots, because it's well done. We even have the... Are these lamps or is this... I suppose these are lamps. For a short thing I thought these might be electricity pylons, but no, they're lamps. There's an old-timer meetup currently. That makes sense. These are mostly dead, which on one hand is a shame, on the other hand is easily fixable with a cheat. There we go, that looks much better. Well, does it look better? I'm not sure it does, actually. This is probably just too small for a title sequence. You can maybe get like one good shot out of it, two if you like rotate it, because that's what they do in title sequences, right? In the RCT title sequence, you see that a lot. You see the same shot, but from another angle, which is a thing that works well. So yeah, this would fit as this would work as a shot, and then you're back to indeed focusing more on the ride. Because if we have just, let's take it from this angle, for example, we have a roller coaster, another roller coaster, and these are proper coasters. Then we have, well, I'll call this one ride, even though there are technically two. A fourth ride and a fifth ride. So there are 5 rides in this shot. Immortal Cactus is known for making crazy rides. Last year he made the 4-way dueling RMC in the title sequence. Ah. All rides here have something weird about them as well. I've seen this before. Is this the same as what other people have made, or is there even something extra unique about this? Because presumably there's some... there's not even shoestring going on, it's just some invisible... Hang on, where's the station? No shoestringing was allowed, right? Or minimal shoestringing? Oh, it's just shoestring. I thought that wasn't allowed. Some stuff wasn't allowed. At least custom scenery isn't allowed. I know that. I'm not too familiar with the rules. Here we have one of those big water coasters. Oh yeah, expansion scenery wasn't allowed. That's it. You know, this is a wonderful centerpiece, again, for a title sequence shot. But this is not a good title sequence shot, because, in my opinion, because the other half of the shot is empty. And I think that's a shame. Because this building is incredibly well done. But if you go more to the middle of the park, you know, I focused on this earlier, that's a good shot. You can like get 2 angles from that. But that's about the only shot you can do. I find it disconcerting actually that you aren't that informed on the details of the contest. I mean, the fact that I'm not sure what's allowed doesn't really matter. That's not informing my vote. Other than that, this is for the title sequence, so that's what I'm basing my votes on. This is a really good shot though, and some wonderful rides. You could do this as well. This would work. Let's give it an 8. I did actually read the rules when it was announced, but that's obviously a few weeks ago, so I'm not entirely familiar anymore. Ah, this is Max. Well, partly built by Max anyway. I know he's worked very hard on it. I helped him solve a path issue as well. So why is my name not on here? I technically helped. I didn't build anything, but I gave a suggestion and I think it worked. But it's got a long story and I'm not sure about the other users. I don't know them very well, but I know that Max is very much about his stories. He likes them. Intelligent life exists on Titan, Saturn's largest moon. Does it now? The Titanians have observed Earth's humanity for some time now, fascinated by their culture. They've taken over various aspects of humans as well, including a love for thrilling theme parks. Titanica is Titan's oldest theme park, first opened in what on Earth was the year 1931. Located in the Elivagar Delta, the park offers a variety of rides, both from the various decades of theme parks on Earth, as well as some of Titan's own unique ride types. Titanica recently opened their latest expansion to the park, the Earth Habitat Biodome. A low-pressure nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere kept at a scorching 20 degrees Celsius. Oh yeah, on Titan it's incredibly cold, so 20 degrees Celsius is scorching for Titan. This... I might be wrong, but I'm almost certain that Max wrote this. Feels very much like Max. And he can confirm that, because he's here. Celsius allows for a native Earth-like experience. An American suburb has been recreated, including a backyard coaster. Be sure to also visit Spaceport, where visitors are sure to feel the thrill of a simulated launch towards their favorite pale blue dot. The Tombs of the Titans, where ancient Titanian ruins have been fully incorporated into the park. Needle Titanica, the tallest structure on the northern hemisphere of Titan, from where one might get a glimpse of the elusive Saturn high up in the sky above the clouds. Shouldn't Saturn be quite large from Titan? Because it's quite close by and Saturn is massive. And the old core, where it all started a long time ago. Next time write a shorter story. I like this story, even though it doesn't really impact my view on the park. As it is for the title sequence. I like the story. So I appreciate that. Okay, let's actually open it. Titan. No? Taita! These are the Goliath signs. These are the Goliath it's from the Goliath sign. And there's no N in Goliath. But there's an H and it looks, you know, quite close to an N. But it says Taita. I like this entrance building. Oh yeah, I saw the river delta. You posted a screenshot somewhere. Maybe directly to me or maybe somewhere else. I don't know. Sacrifice a guest that didn't read the story. If I can click right, I will. Oh, not in the park yet. We'll get to it when we get to the park. This is a transport ride. Well done on that. Okay, this is the proper entrance to the park. And I can drown. Well. Hang on, I want to see them drown. That's better. 26,000. Year 271. Look at the temperature. Oh yeah, you showed me that. Minus 128. Well, I'm not sure if you showed me or if you just showed people. Because I forgot what you sent me personally and what you just post somewhere in one of the communities. But yeah, minus 128. That's the lowest temperature that it can store, because I think it goes from minus 128 to plus 127. You're gonna show a lot of people in the title sequence. Well, it's quite a big park, so hopefully. This obviously won't be visible because the GUI, the UI is not visible. It looks like this. I like this entrance building. There's a very detailed custom right here. This is obviously a ship. And yeah, if we go back to the general thing of, are there rides? Are the rides the focus of the park? I haven't looked at the entire park yet, but if we're looking here, there's 1 ride, 2 rides, 3 rides, 4 rides, 5 rides. There's at least like 5 rides in here. Which is good. This is a car ride, but with the mini helicopters. And that works well. The mini helicopters, I mean, it's a very similar ride to a car ride, just on a different track. Otherwise, it's the exact same. So it works well on a car ride as well. Yeah, it's not a park for humans, this. These are Titanians. This is one of those, looks a bit like the big water coaster we saw earlier, except smaller and no water. But it goes back and forth the same. Oh, it uses the... I mean, obviously I already knew from here, but I just now actively noticed, yeah, it has the green water. Which is something different. Hang on. Do water types work in the title sequence? Because I mean to remember there was something weird about that. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm completely remembering something different and they do work. But I have a feeling I may be misremembering that it was like it defaulted to the latest one you had selected somewhere or something. Maybe it was something completely different. Probably. But there was something with that. Maybe I'm just thinking of the thumbnails of the rides that change color when you have a different palette. I mean, we can have a look at that. Look at this. There's the green water as well. Everywhere here. Well, there's no water in all of these thumbnails. Little water in these as well, obviously. The water coaster does have some. And, of course, all the water rides. This is the Earth biodome, presumably, that Max was talking about. Hey, treehouse. I like that. How did you do that with the gravity, Max? Did they also change the gravity here? Because Titan obviously has different gravity. I assume they didn't, otherwise Titanians wouldn't be well adapted to... Is it stronger on Earth than Titan? I don't know. There's a swimming pool here. And there's the warning oxygen. I like that. Although, it's funny, you know, it's funny because titaniums don't have oxygen, so for them it's maybe poisonous. But also, if there was a big oxygen tank on Earth, there would still need to be a warning sign on it. You don't... that's still dangerous. Hey, Marcel seeing O2 for kaboom! Well, yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. O2 makes a big kaboom, if you're not careful. Drown that Marcel. Nope, I want to stay alive. Ah, I'm not gonna kill myself. I appreciate that. Here we have... Hang on, I need to zoom in for this. Elivagar Flumina Rapids. And, well, it's a river rapids, obviously. Ooh, look at this building. There are ducts and fans and ventilators and whatnot on it, on the roof. Those are the details. It's very easy to make your flat roofs boring. Stuff like this is not only just stuff that makes it look nice, but it's also realistic stuff. This stuff is there in real life. It reminds me of when Good Times with Scar on Hermitcraft last season also added stuff like this on the roofs of his buildings. Which you don't see if you're walking on the street. But just the fact that it's there, and if you fly over it, you do see it. No one ever uses the green palette. We wanted to show some love to it. Well, no one uses the bright green either. But that's because that paints your eyes. That's only really used for like radioactive stuff. But yeah, the green was a good choice. Because this green is not offensive. The orange can be a little bit offensive to the eyes. And the bright green and the pink are just horrid. So this green works well. Oh, what? That's a rocket. That music, is that acid style? Where did I hear that? Which ride is playing it? Hang on, I want to click on this. Top of the tower. Hang on, they're queuing for Needle Titanica. That's the edge of the needle. Blizzard style, this is. Right. But that's a different ride. Ah, that's Needle Titanica. Is this the logo of the park? Or hang on. Titan icon. Like, don't all the planets have, like, icons? Does Titan have an icon? I'm thinking maybe you recreated that. Represents Saturn. Is it Saturn's icon, or does it just literally represent Saturn? I see how though, because these are the rings. Abstract visual, yeah, it works. I didn't immediately recognize it though. I just recognized it as a cool art thing, logo maybe. But yeah, it's Saturn. I can see it now. You know what I like about this? This is the first park apart from. I mean the first one also a little bit. But this park, it's not the first, but it's one of the parks that's different. Because quite a few of the other parks are just kind of a base of grass. And just a lot of standard bushes and trees and flower beds and fences. Which is nice. I like that. But if you have a lot of the same in a title sequence, then it's a bit too much. And this park is different. So, let me see if I can frame a nice shot. Yeah, something like this. This will work well. It's very different. It's very different color-wise. And I think that's important. Or if we want to, you know, have some a bit more coaster-like. I don't like this in the center, but if we put it a bit more on the side, I think that works. It feels cohesive, yeah. Assuming there's been no speed up, there has been about 250 hours into this. 240. Which is a lot. Might have been a little bit of speed up, but I'm assuming at least 200 hours. What else do we have? Okay, we have an RMC here. Which is a bit standard, if I'm honest. I mean, nice station building though. Ooh, we have these pyramids. I hadn't seen those yet. I like this. This is well done. This maze. Okay. Now this. This is the best title sequence shot I've seen in this park so far. Maybe the best so far ever that I have framed up. You got a monorail, you got a roller coaster, you got this very beautiful maze, which is an excellent demonstration of what you can do. You know, yeah, what you can do in the park, and it's different. You got the green water, you got a river. This is not a river rapids ride, it's just water. It's still a river rapids, but it's scenery. This is great. So yeah, amazing maze. In error, absolutely nailed the pyramid area. Yeah, he did. This is beautiful. Hang on, let's take a... Holy crap! There's a wall here. Hang on, if we rotate... Yeah, it will always be. There's a wall on every side. Nice. I like the gradient in the wall. Oh, there's... That's what you showed me. It was actually in the park. Yeah, Saturn. Why didn't I think of that? When you showed me this, I didn't think, oh, that's for the park. Even though I kind of already knew it was a bit Titan themed. Well, that's just me being dumb. This terrain is wonderful as well. Not the main focus of the park, and it's just bare terrain like this. That's not what I mostly look for. But it's well done. Oh, I like this little river with a lot of waterfalls. And we follow the tower coaster. What's the tower coaster? You mean this one? Sure. Doesn't do a whole lot. Although, hang on. We're not following the car though. There must be some shoestringing nonsense. There's some other car that we're following. Yeah, this is shoestrung. Because the car is doing something different. An invisible front vehicle, yeah, that's doing something other. There's a wall here. Not sure what that's for. Goes all the way here. So yeah, I'd say incredibly well done. It's a bit unfortunate again that, I mean, I'm sure you loved making it, but if you're looking purely at the title sequence aspect, this will not see the light of day in the title sequence, of course. It's a lovely detail that you put on the map. It's absolutely lovely. But purely for this title sequence, this won't see it, of course. I think this is my first 10. If I need to, if something better comes along, I can always tone it down to a 9. But for now, I'm going to give it a 10. No wonder you spent all your days on it. Well, if Max wants to listen to my review again, he can click on that. I don't think he's going to, though. Next, Isao. Isao? Isao? If it's Japanese, it's more like Isao. Welcome to Sandbar Seashore, a beach and ocean-themed entertainment park located at a charming site along the sunny coast. Lounging under palm trees, following the journey of the water into the sea, exploring the abyssal depths of the ocean. You can do it all at Sandbar Seashore. Nice, short, to the point story. Alright, let's have a little look, shall we? Ooh, I like this. This is a wave. That's well done. More waves here. Is this a bus stop? I think this is a bus stop. Are the parks in the title sequence automatically saved on your computer if you install OpenRCT2? I believe they are. You used to have like a little option to open them and edit them, but I think that's gone. Hey, look at that. We've got bicycle racks. No bicycles, because there are no bicycle-themed objects in the base game. But there are bicycle racks at least. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. Okay, this is very clearly a park centered on mostly one roller coaster. Let's start with this. I'm not a fan of this building. I suppose it's meant to be sandstone, but it's just too barren for me. It's not. Is it a? It's not really a building, I guess. Well, you can go inside. So, is it a building? It's a combination of a building and a terrain feature. Either way, I'm not a fan of it. It's too empty for me. Too many smooth surfaces. This is a bit... I was a bit confused whether this was in front of, like, the grassy bit behind there. They fuse a bit. It's well done. And a boat hire. And then here we got the roller coaster. I think this is quite realistic. The fact that there's not much here. You know, we would be inclined to, in Roller Coaster Tycoon, to put a lot of stuff here, like trees and bushes and stuff. But I think in real life they might often just have empty areas. And it does look a bit empty, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So he ran out of time. And that makes sense. Because it looks like he wanted to do more. Obviously, he wanted to add something in the middle here. This is a place you add something in the middle. But there isn't. Again, for title screen purposes, it's a shame that these buildings are nice and finished. And this isn't. I definitely would have liked to detail the big building a lot more and such. But I ran out of time. There was a whole third island plans layouts ready. That's a shame. Forgot about Little Square. That's such a shame, because if there was a thing in here, then I could absolutely see this being a good title sequence shot. But the fact that this is empty kind of... You know, and then also put some benches on the path, and then you got a lovely shot. That corkscrew looks good. This bit, yeah, that looks fantastic. And with all turnaround there, that's lovely. Oh, this is a weird roof, but it works. Beach bug. I like the junior coaster here. It's lovely. It is not quite for the absolute smallest of kiddies. It's a bit above that, a bit above their pay grade. But absolutely a family coaster. Still goes quite fast. Well, 54, it's not that fast. But yeah, this is a nice family coaster. We got presumably a shoestrung ride here. I've seen rides like this before, but they're always nice. Big palm tree. Is it a palm? Well, it's a tree. Anyway. Oh, this thing is closed. It's on a test run. You didn't open this. So it's clear you indeed ran out of time. Oh yeah, you already noticed. So, I really like the idea of this. But it's unfinished. You know? Go-karts. Feels a bit unfinished. You know, something needs to be in here. Yeah, it's unfinished. Oh, it's not shoestring? Based on the Stray Lives tutorials. Is it Stray Life the guy who makes has the channel OpenRCT2 tutorials? I like that channel. I don't watch it very often, but I learned I did learn a trick from that channel by decorating my flat rides. Yeah, OpenRCT2 tutorials. I really appreciate that channel, even if I don't watch it very often. I'm gonna give this a 5. Because it's unfinished. And I think it's a bit... It's more finished... It looks more finished than the other one. The other unfinished one, but... I mean, I know that one wasn't technically unfinished, but it looked unfinished to me anyway. So, I get that one a 4, this one's gonna be a 5. Next one. Kazrag. Zion Gardens started as my rendition of my favorite scenario, Evergreen Gardens. A lot of people like Evergreen Gardens. And quickly became a tribute to 2 of my favorite places. The Zion Escalante region in Utah, the front half of the park, and the Black Hills in South Dakota and Wyoming, the back half of the park. Most of the rides and shops are named after specific places I visited. Ooh, we can dox him. Don't do that. Things I did and wildlife I saw. But I also tried to capture the spirit of the region, so you'll find several hiking trails and the tangled tree root scenery throughout. Right, tangled tree root scenery. Well, we'll see what he means. Or she means, maybe. I don't know. Enjoy. Hang on, did I put... Yeah, I did put that there. So, let's have a look. Kazrag. Oh, this is quite a bit bigger. This reminds me a little bit of what Brian Andrelsic from Amusement Academy said. That a lot of old New Element parks would have some kind of big water lake in the middle. And be built around that. It's a little bit like that. It's not exactly in the middle, but it's a bit like that. This park has a really nice entrance sign. Does it? Zion. Oh, that's well done. That's indeed well done. I would have liked a little bit more contrast between the I and the Z though. They kind of flow into each other. But other than that, well done. Okay, this is the tangled tree root scenery he was talking about. I thought for a minute there's no scenery item like that, but then I was like, yeah, that's some custom stuff, and it indeed is. A lot of track-a-texture. I just like the word track-a-texture. Zion Gardens. This is trail maps. Damn. Oh, hang on. I thought this was just for buying maps. I thought you meant that was like an information kiosk with a queue, but no, this is an actual mini golf. Well, there's no golf here, but it's a hiking trail. That was the thing in the story, right? It goes quite a way back. Look at that. Oh wait, they're actually golfing. And then there's no hole, but it still disappears. Is that just meant as an Easter egg or something? Just for the people that notice it. Because I don't see why else you would put it in. This is just a guy trying to kick a rock off a cliff. Well, he's failing terribly if that's the goal. Okay, so let's get back to the entrance. This is kind of the main plaza. This is a feature I've seen more often. I mean, in real life as well, something like that with the different carriages or different rides or vehicles, I guess. And that works. It's nice. Okay, the guests walk right through it, which is not entirely realistic, but that's what you get with Roller Coaster Tycoon. Can't help that. Welcome, Zion Gardens Arc. Ah, it's better readable from this angle. Welcome to Zion Gardens Park. I noticed the beta texture here. Beta wall texture. I believe this is also a beta wall texture, and also the wild grass we see here is a beta grass texture. Hey Marcel, can you drown a gorilla named Banaan Fanaat? I think he would appreciate that. Sure. I don't know what kind of in-joke this is, but I'll obey. Are you a big Harambe fan? Oh, we don't have the gorilla available. What does the gorilla come with? Probably jungle theming, right? Jungle. Let's do Jurassic as well. Yeah, there we got it. But look at that. Oh, we lost him. Oh, he was behind the building. Well, that was hilarious. That's done. I think this is personally a bit overdone. There's a lot of stuff going on here with the side friction and the wooden coaster and the tree route for the twister coaster. A lot of plants and stuff. It's a bit too much for my taste. I get what they're going for. And I do still like it. But it's a little bit too much. I do like all these different vehicles though. That's lovely. That's great. And yes, you can absolutely, as the story indicated, see a theme with the tree route scenery. I appreciate the strong theme throughout. It is a garden after all, and the tree routes are a part of the story. Yeah, I get that. But if I'm looking at this, in my head it's a bit like... It's just a bit too much. There's a bit too much going on. And that's just the way what I see when I look at it. And sure, it can have a good explanation in the story. But that doesn't mean that doesn't suddenly make a difference for me. Oh, this is clever. The flower beds on top of the little bushes. It would be better if the brown bits were not there. I think so, yeah. Well, let's see. We just destroy it. Well, there's something missing. We still need some pillars here. So it's not as easy as just destroying it. But there's something a bit too much there. Anyway, we have this roller coaster. And I do like that. I do like it going around this tree. This tree is well done. And the purple works well. I like purple. It's maybe my favorite color in Roller Coaster Tycoon. I gravitate towards it a lot when I'm just kind of randomly doing stuff. So that's nice. I think these areas are a bit too monochrome, these path areas. So, maybe it's just that I'm not used to this color being used for a path. That might be it. Because if this was the dark brown path, that's still monochrome. But I wouldn't have a problem with it. What's this? Ha! Culture. Does it say K culture? Oh, North American culture. NA culture. Right, these are some poster boards. Conservation, I think that's what's meant. Yes. And this one says wildlife. Okay, that makes sense. Zion Gardens Visitor Center. Okay, that looks nice. We've got some kind of excavation thing going on here. I like that. The invisible dodgems, I think. And then we go to this area. Yeah, this is also a lovely shot for a title sequence. So that works. With the monster truck rally going on. And whatever this ride is. Looks nice. Not sure what it is. Oh, hang on. We got some guests cycling here on a hiking trail. So it's a mountain bike trail. This looks incredibly dangerous and unsafe. I'm gonna get Osha on this. Osha. How do people in America pronounce it? I only ever see that... is it O-S-H-A? Osha? Osha? I only ever see it written down. So it's Osha. 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 Oh shit. Osha, the main character in Star Wars The Acolyte. No, it stands for... I mean, the meme name is Old School Hard Hat Accidents, but... I'm not sure what it actually stands for, but it's the workplace safety organization in the USA. It's also what my stepdad does. He is something we call Arbo coordinator. And he also works in safety. Workplace safety specifically. Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Thank you, that's it. Now, with the merry-go-round thing in the plaza, the 3 routes were too much. Here the 3 routes are exactly enough, because it works well. I like this Giga Coaster too. That's title sequence worthy. Is it a Twister Coaster or a Giga Coaster? We got Twister trains on a Giga track. Well, a little bit of Twister track as well. So it's a Giga Twister Coaster. But at the same time, it's not exceptionally Giga. It's not small, but it's not Giga either. Here we have an RMC. Or a hybrid, or whatever you want to call it. Called Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse or Crazy Horse? Those are very different. I mean, it's not nothing too special of a coaster, but it looks nice. Well, like this. Wait, does it go backwards? That's weird. But I still like it. Okay, and then here we get the Utah bit with the deserty bit. Presumably. Because I think this would be more... Maybe the Black Hills and this more... Utah? Zion? Whatever it was called. What are the stats on the not so Giga coaster? 8.70, 6.46, 3.64. There you go, have a look at them. All the other ones you want to know. Alright, time's up. Back here we have a drop tower thing. We have a go-kart. Again, this feels not very sturdy. You have a little crash on this river. And they might be going through the railing into the water and die. I mean, we all like that. But I don't think the world likes that. Looks nice though. And this is... I mean, they're going on horses. Track is invisible in some places, visible in some places. I suppose this is meant to be like a literal horse ride. I think this is meant to represent as if they're on actual horses. Because otherwise you would not make the track invisible, right? This is supposed to be actual horses and not horse-like trains. Have some water, old chap. Alright, I'll have some water. If you also have some water, that'll hydrate ya. For some reason, my shoulder hurts a little. Started yesterday evening, right after I got home, around 9 PM. And I don't know why. It's not like I did anything. It's not like I did anything in the day or something, so... I'm not sure. But it's not terrible. You have a fan on. I had. For about the first hour of the stream. But no longer. This is... Honestly, I'm not sure what to say about this. It just... I mean, it looks nice. But there's nothing much special about it that I can say. Fan can cause muscle cramps. I've never heard of that. It's worth the cooling, I think. This is not a muscle cramp, because this pain has been going on for... well, around about 24 hours now. It's not that much pain. It was a bit worse yesterday. Now I can feel it slightly if I raise my arm a little. So it's not a muscle cramp. Hey, thank you for the 15 months, Tanner the Horse. And here we have the log flume. Again, a shame there are no steep sprites for this. That would make it a lot better. Okay, so if we look shots. I mean, this can be a very nice shot. You know, folks, you have the coaster there, something like this. That can very well work. Something else. I think this can work. This looks nice. And so does this Giga Coaster. That works very well too. Something like this. So yeah, I like this. I'll give it an 8. Next, Lurker. A collection of scenario-inspired islands, each with their own theme. That's not a story, that's a description. But that's fine. Four more to go. Okay, this immediately feels indeed a bit more like vanilla. Oh, that's a lot of islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 islands plus a whole bunch of small ones. Is Lurker lurking right now? I don't know. No idea. If he's here. Were we supposed to submit description stories? I mean, it can help you, because some people are really into that, and especially when it's for more of a, you know, an independent Dirkling contest. But for me it doesn't matter here, because I'm purely looking at, do I like this for the title sequence? And for that the story doesn't matter. Now, if we look at this. A shot like this. If this was the first shot in the title sequence, I would be like, damn, nice. You know, I think this is for... Because the title sequence is always in the same order, so there's a shot that you open on. And the question is, what shot do you open on? This would be a good shot. If we think back to Max's Park, and Aeronogo and someone else, I forgot the name. I don't think that's a particularly good one to open on. You want to open on something that's more familiar. And the grassy thing is very familiar to people. You know, that's why you open on Diamond Heights in RCT1. You don't open on like Pacific Pyramids. You wouldn't. I wouldn't do that personally. So I think this is a lovely opening shot. Then again, that's just my philosophy. Who knows what the dev team thinks about it? Will these boats return? Would be my first thought if this came on stream. These boats? Well, they will, because they're not guest operated. They're just a ride. I also like this a lot. It's familiar, but it has some custom things to show what's possible. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now we go on. Is this the entrance, by the way? Where is the entrance? Oh. Well, I'm centered on the entrance right now. So it must be... Yeah, there it is. You can see it. A lot of benches there. That looks very haphazardly placed. Because they randomly stop. Doesn't matter, of course, you can't see it. Okay, let's actually move on to the rest of the park. There's another lovely island here. This is so well done. This is a 10, this park. Absolutely. This is absolutely a 10. And I've only seen 2 islands, I can already say that. I think it's already my favorite. Then again, if you're a regular viewer of the stream, and I know there are some people that here that aren't, because they're from the Darkness community, that might not watch me, usually. I love this style, and yeah, Max told me, I don't remember that, but he apparently did, that I like lurker style. I do. It's kind of, it's what I call gentle Glen style. It's what I call old school roller coaster tycoon style. It's, let's compare it to Gentle Glen quickly. Where is it? There it is. It's this bit specifically, right? This is Gentle Glen style. The few flower beds, the trees, all that kind of stuff. This is Gentle Glen style, and it goes hard. This is absolutely my favorite park. Okay, so we had these 2 islands. And there's this island. Wait, little lighthouse. I don't see a lighthouse. Or do you mean this? Is this supposed to be a lighthouse? I don't really know what to say about this. Like, I love it. It's brilliant. But I don't know what to say specifically about this. It's just a perfect example of Gentle Glen style. And I'm not speechless, Line. I'm not speechless. I just don't know how to specifically describe this. Like, what do I like about this specifically? Or if I were to point out things, I suppose it would be heavy use of fences, maybe? That's definitely a part of the style, but that's just a part of it. Not knowing what to speech about seems pretty speechless to me. I mean, in a different way, right? Could have used the cobblestone path. Well, there's cobblestone path on plenty of other islands. And I like the green here. It's a change of pace. Max is awfully quiet. There's a mini sus on the screen. He's just quiet because he just came and is now cooling down. Because of the mini sus. Okay, what we got here is an alpine coaster with, again, a little bit of a castle. I don't like this island as much as the others. I still like it. But the others are just better. But that's a bit like saying that someone that got an 8 out of 10 is not as good as someone who got a 10 out of 10. Like, yeah, but they're still good. Okay, then we're now on this island, which is a bit bigger. It's a bit differently shaped. It's got a mine train coaster, well, mine ride technically on it, and an enterprise. And we got the brown path here. And then here we have an island which has the cobble path again. You know, what's interesting recently, because I used to use this, it's technically called crazy paving. I used to use that for everything. All the time. Recently I've been starting to use it less, specifically in videos. That's maybe because I've been focusing on quite a few videos that are heavily path focused. Specifically the one, of course, about path ornaments, like benches, bins and stuff. And I found that in the shots for the path ornaments, but also before I made that video a bit, but the crazy paving looked quite busy. Whereas if I used the brown path or the tarmac path, which is the grey one, it looked a bit less busy. I will still use this, like I still really like it, and it works especially well for this. But I used to have this as my heavy favorite path. Now it's more like one-off the best. Well-made hybrid coaster. I love these little islands on the side as well. Ooh, we are in Colorful Town now. This is also lovely, isn't it? I'm not so sure about this wall texture. But it might still be the best, who knows. And of course it's a bit matter of personal taste as well. And yeah, it's just lovely. It works well, right? It's very cyan and red focused. And all these buildings. Look at it, the guests going in and out of the buildings. It's this very much this style. You got something a bit taller on the corners and then roofs in between there, and then in the middle you got the tallest, most prominent bit. That's a very common style that you see in Gentle Glen style, and I like it. That stuff like that, the roofs like these, buildings like these, it's just great. The gear inside there, and, you know, stuff like this. Because look at this. There's the main kind of cube. Then on top of it you got like a little thing, because it's a bit higher up. And then on the side you got another little tiny small thing. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And the queue line goes through it. Of an unrelated ride. Of the ride here. Wait, no, that's not unrelated. But still, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Now we get to this island, which has a bit less going on. It's an island with some buildings. I would not put this in the title sequence, even though I still like it. I just prefer other islands. And then we have, ooh, a lovely wooden coaster, very Japanese inspired, right? With the cherry blossom trees and the pagodas. And just the general style. The red color works well with Japan. Oriental style music. You don't hear that in the... No, you do hear that in the title. No, you don't, because you hear the title sequence. Music. So you don't hear the Oriental music, but it's there. And it works, it's nice. There's a lot going on in this park, but it goes well better than the other park. Yeah, it's very crowded in this park, but you can have crowded and have it work, but you can also have it crowded and have it not work. And this is definitely crowded and it works. Ooh, we have a big single rail coaster. You know, I think the single rail coaster is one of the uglier coaster types in the game. But sometimes it works alright. And that's here. But that's also just because it's well built. When I built it, it's not well built. And that's why maybe I find it ugly. Maybe you need to be good with it to make it look nice. I'm not sure. But I'm definitely not good with it. Oh, we got some bridges here. Oh, look at that train bridge though. Look at it. Like a steel lattice bridge. Love it. And then that's the first park again. First island. We still got the one in the middle. This one, which is more Roman themed. Does it feature my favorite scenery item in the game? Yes, it does. This Roman temple is my favorite scenery item in the game. I absolutely love it. This kind of looks like it, but it's just composed of the railing, of the pillars, walls, and the roofs. These are the actual scenery pieces. And again, I don't really have specific words about this, but it's just lovely. It's just lovely. On instinct, I would say I like this so much more than Max's entry, that I would tone it down to a 9. But the great thing about Max's entry, sorry, Max and Error and the other guy I've got the name of. Sounds a bit rude, sorry. The great thing they have is that it's, as I said, something different. You very much need something like that. It's not, because this is again grass. This is very grass-based, tree-based. Ah, 30, that's the name. I knew Error. So we very much need Max's entry, and that's why I'm still leaving it at a 10. Hello, Horsefinger, welcome. Yeah, it's very RCT1 vibes. Of course, there are things like these buildings you can't even do in RCT1. And this building is Fluxtrans colored. It's just... This is one of the best parks I've ever seen. One of my favorites. I don't think it beats Jaren's Dry Desert. That's a high bar to beat. But this is very, very good. This is absolutely stunning. Did you build that coaster? No, I built none of these. I'm reviewing parks. He's the only one getting an actual review. If you want to... For a while, check my VODs channel. There we go. You gave a review to the first entry too. I removed that. I was like, I'll just do the same for everyone, but this one deserves some more praise. Oh my god, can you see me? Yeah, there we go. Martin Train Freak. We got, I think, 3 more to go. Alright. First impressions. Looks nice. And crowded. Let's start with the entrance. Hey, nice little neighborhood. Did you vote 11 out of 10? Yeah, you can't, unfortunately. I like the variety of cars here. No other parking lot had that. The panda car. Nice. Okay, so this is the entry. Very standard entryway. Called Oak Grove Park. I like this building though. The tent roof is one of my favorites. So this works well. A lot of flower beds. There are definitely... Okay, never mind. That's a queue line. I thought that was guests walking there, but no, that's a queue line. It feels like there are some preferred routes that the guests are taking though. Or it's just generally... no, it's just generally crowded. These flower beds are great. Very well done. That entrance of the monorail in a way reminds me of Slagharen. Well, maybe they have it there too. That will make sense if they have it and remind you. That will make sense. It's very busy, this, but not necessarily in a bad way. I like this more than the pretty build ones way earlier. RCT1 vibes again. Yeah, I agree with that. This is kind of what we're looking for in an RCT 1 or 2 park. Or what I am looking for. I say we, but of course, what I am looking for. It's a very personal thing, of course. Yeah, if we're looking at very tiny details, I'm not sure. I don't really think these colors, bright colors, are the best for the twister here. That's a very minor detail. This is a great coaster. Look at it. This looks just like a very fun coaster. I would absolutely go on this. Marcel would like to live in a Roman temple with a tentrance. Now, the tentrance is definitely not my favorite. My favorite entrance is the plain one. Balance between pretty building and having the actual game shine through. The others are more art than RCT. Amazing, but still. We think along very, very similar lines, Fakio. This is pretty much what I was thinking, yeah. Especially the second one. Lovely, and you can get some very good title screenshots out of it. And having the variety between that, of course, is great. You have some of these shots, you have some of the more artsy shots. Both are very popular and, of course, very legitimate ways to play the game. This is what more people will do, because it's more, it's frankly easier. Well, wouldn't necessarily say it's easier. I would say it has a lower barrier of entry to build like this. It's easier to make something decent. Now, to make something incredibly good might not be easier. That one right there. Oh, that one. Yeah, I see. I know what you meant. Wait, in toilet 7. Can't pick them up anymore. Well, you peed and now you're gonna die. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed your last piss. Well, I randomly stumbled upon another roller coaster. This is the Mine Train, no, the Mine Train coaster on the corkscrew. And that works. It fits. And we got a looping coaster here, sort of an extended shuttle loop. Which also works. Again, quite busy here. But kind of in a good way. Okay. Is this lazy? This is the default color scheme of the launched freefall. Maybe that was done on purpose. But it comes across to me as, oh, he forgot to do anything about it. But maybe it's on purpose. It does kind of fit in though, so... would make sense if it was on purpose. Oh, we got... a suspended swinging coaster here. One of my least favorite coaster types in the game. But that's because it's absolutely ass to work with. Once you have a coaster like this, it's alright. It's not the ugliest, it's just my least favorite. Well, one of. Until OpenRCT and all the community coasters mixing terrains with other tracks, I never realized that RCT1 coasters were just reskins of each other with different stats. Not entirely. They have different track types available. Like... they're not just reskins. And roller coasters, ultimately, yeah, different types of roller coasters are just... they look different, they have different stats, and they have different tracks available. That's the definition of a different roller coaster. Oh, we got a big ass Giga here. Oh, I like this bit. Where it goes like that. That looks like a fun element. Looks like fairly forceful turns. I like that. Please note that Natty explains the rules of this contest at the beginning of her stream. Okay. Is Natty starting to stream? Well, I'll probably raid her after I'm done anyway. This is my favorite section of this park. So that was, no, I did not go over the rules. I went over the rules for the voting. But not over the rules of the contest itself. I'm not sure why that's necessarily that important. You didn't even know the rules. You sound salty. Anyway, this is my favorite bit of the park. Why? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? It's Gentle Glen style. And I love it. It's a Cheshire Cats. Cheshire? I don't know. I say Cheshire, that's what I've always said my entire life. Because that's the tumbler on the roof. Yeah, it has the pointy roof. It has the pointy roof. Which is lovely. It's my favorite roof piece. It's in the middle of this building. Which is great. Absolutely great. So, yeah, put this in the title sequence. That's at least got my vote. Let's see, are there any other areas I have? Oh, yeah, I haven't seen a wooden coaster yet. I like that. It's, I don't think this is a realistic wooden coaster, as in, this doesn't feel like wooden coasters generally aren't this kind of layout in real life, right? Doesn't mean it's bad. Because I quite like the way this looks. But someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of wooden coasters are somewhat like out back and back. You know, some like Robin Hood in Walibi, Holland. Or at least not like this. But again, this is not a realism contest. this is the title sequence contest, and I like it very much for that. I will not be able to unsee the Toblerone roof now. Thanks, Marcel, I hate it. Are you blaming me? It's Facchio who said that. I call it the pointy roof. I'm not sure I've ever called it the Toblerone roof outside of repeating someone. It's not my fault. Blame Facchio. Log flume here, hadn't seen that yet. Think I've seen the entire park now. Will this be an 8 or a 9? I don't think I've given a 9 yet. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9. I really like it. Fuck you, Marcel. Nice. Have you seen the yellow coaster in the forest? The Giga? Yes, I have. Oh, whoops. Matt M, second to last. What an opening shot. Damn, that goes fast. Drink some water. You guys should too. Especially if you're in the Netherlands or some other place where it's warm. Ooh, we're gonna do the loops now. Imagine the opening sequence following this coaster. Yeah. That's not a great idea, I think. But it is a lovely coaster. I fear riding that coaster might ignite the trains by friction. It's synchronized very well, yeah. Well, and then here we got the entrance building. This is not the normal way I've been reviewing these parks, but it just so happened that the trains were just starting off when I was loading up the park, so... I like these random bits of coverage here. That feels realistic in the queue line. And the queue line also feels long enough to be realistic, because real rides have long-ass queue lines. When it's a bit calmer, they'll just, you know, cut through here so that you don't have to walk it entirely. But they have the ability to make the queue very, very long. Are all the rides named after everyone the creator got friend-zoned by? What? Svetlana, Svetlana... Well, they're both called Svetlana. Here we are. Hang on, this is just the suspended swinging coaster from Six Flags Magic Mountain. It's very likely to be inspired by it. Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. Oh, there's a lot more to this park. Massive parking lot. Very empty. No one's coming to this park by car. And, well, we've got that corner. That's a massive wooden coaster corner. And we got the Wicked Twister here. Called Birbical Velocity. This is definitely just Wicked Twister. From Six Flags or Cedar Point or whatever. I don't know where it is. There's a Toblerone roof. Where? Where? I gotta know. I gotta... Ooh, oh yeah. I like that. Triple drop towers. That's a classic. The corkscrew coaster is basically flashback. No, this is basically the Viper. Or is there another corkscrew? But this is basically Viper. I think it references vertical velocity, not Wicked Twister. Well, still looks like Quicker Twister anyway. Shockwave. Well, this is not the Shockwave pre-build. It's definitely Viper inspired. This, I don't recognize this. Might be a custom coaster or just a ride, I don't know. Oh, I like this element. Is that on Immelman? Immelman is something like that, but it might be the other way around or something. The Yellow Flawless is Medusa. It's very different than the Medusa pre-build. That one's way, way smaller and compacter. Oh, never mind. Chang. So these are indeed all real rides. Ah. Okay, so we got this one. In Vertigo. Yeah. This is literally in Vertigo, except slightly changed. Because the Invertigo pre-build doesn't have these gentle bits. Hey, thank you for the follow, Liam Pie. Liam Pie? And Exa19G. It's kind of funny, because Liam Pie, I've seen your name for years and years. As part of the New Element community. But I've never thought about how to pronounce it. But then when you're streaming and suddenly I need to pronounce your name, I'm like, how do you pronounce it? We got a big lock flume here. That seems terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. What's the speed? Nearly 70 kilometers an hour as top speed. I would not go on that. I mean, I would if I thought it looked safe. Found the Viper one. It's just Shockwave. Yeah, but surely that's based on Viper. I still can't find the corkscrew you meant for flashback. But that's maybe because there are two very different coaster types for flashback. Because the one I have in my head for flashback is the Twister coaster. Twister, 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 twister. This one. And that's very different than anything in this park. This one is Sidewinder. And with those spinning cars, this should be a Vomit Comet. 5.36 nausea. I argue it should be higher. And we got a mine train. Is it just Calamity Mines? No, it's way bigger than Calamity Mines. This is big Thunder Mountain. Like, this Thunder Mountain is very large. What shall we call it? Big Thunder Mountain. Okay, but if we're thinking practically about this park, shots for title sequence, I think there are quite a few good ones. For example, something like this, maybe? And, I mean, anywhere here, really, will work. So, I think this is great for the title sequence. So a shot here is lovely for the title sequence. Just the Dutch way. Liampi. Never thought about it, even though I knew you were Dutch. It's hard to make a title sequence. The main downside about it is, for example, Max's Park had like the Earth biome. But the problem is, if you center the Earth biome on Max's Park, then the corners of your area are going to be empty, because that's the edge of the park. Your title sequence shot, you want to be somewhere a little more, ideally, in the middle of the park. Max and Co. Yeah, sorry, I do need to remember that. I mean, this can work, because there's forest. But if it's just empty terrain, which is what Max and Co. had, then it doesn't work as well. Yeah, lovely park this. Honestly, I want to give this a 9 as well. This is great. Absolutely great. And the last one, Widget Kitty. Ever since starting with OpenRCT2 about a year ago, I've been wanting to make my own large park with several themed areas. The past opening sequence contest was one of the first I ever voted on, and it was inspiring to build my own huge park. At the time I felt I lacked the skills and time, but when this new contest was announced, I felt the motivation to finally create Widget's World, a large park with 45 rides and half a dozen themed zones, including the Pirate's Harbor and Kids Candy Kingdom. Can't say I'm the greatest yet at this, but there's plenty of things that could have been done better, no shoestringing, etc. Well, my favorite park does it have shoestring? I don't think it does, Lurker's Park. But I gave it my effort all month, and I hope this makes it into the sequence. I think it's a shame that Widget Kitty thinks I'm not shoestringing. So that makes it worse. Shoestringing is great. It can do a lot of things that you can't do otherwise. But I think it's, you don't need it in all parks. Skill goes from 1 to 10, not 9 to 9. I might need to rebalance my votes after this. The thing is, I feel like 1 is something that's like very clearly unfinished and terrible, and I mean, you are known for your harsh votes, Liam, so it makes sense that are you? I feel like you are. Which is fine as long as you vote consistently for everyone, of course. But that's very different between us. Ouch. I mean, if you give consistently everyone 3 points lower, it doesn't impact the final result, so that's fine. I think I voted in the DK contest once and people still talk about it. Really? I mean, it was a long time ago. Was that... Maybe it was someone else also possible. I'm not sure, but it might be this. My apologies. But you are right that I might need to rebalance. The lowest I've given is a 4. This, though, is very nice. I like these... Well, it's Widget World, so it makes sense that you have these gears here. And I like it. So if we zoom out... Holy crap, this is quite big. Now, the person said, Widget Kitty said that they were not yet great at this. I mean, if there's one bit of feedback I can say here, this feels a bit square. Could be a little bit more curvature. Other than that, the scroll wheel of my mouse is not cooperating entirely anymore. Or maybe I just need new batteries, I don't know. I like this area though. This is well done. The slightly buried hedges, conifer hedges. Here, this is very red and blue, which is a difficult color combination. But I think it works here. Ooh, this candy though. Very vibrant, yeah. This is incredibly vibrant. But I like it. And this building is also... It's just nice. I think one of the things is... Hang on, there's a missing path piece there. One of the things is I don't have enough experience necessarily in building this stuff to give much more feedback than just saying it looks nice. It's the same like if someone makes something amazing food. Like I have the best dinner ever in a restaurant. I can say I love this, it's amazing, one of the best I ever had. But I can't necessarily articulate why I love it. Because I don't have... I mean, I can cook for myself, but I'm not a cook. You know? And I feel like that's what's going on here too. All the colors here work well together. I like it, but the creator really tried to use every type of fence in existence in a small area. Hey, don't attack me like that. Because that's what I do too. You're right. I didn't even necessarily notice... Oh god, Christ, that's dangerous. That's very dangerous, that speed. It just came from a little hill. That's why it was going so fast. What are the stats of a good scenery design? 69, 69, 69. Hang on. If I zoom in... Zooming out is instant, but if I zoom in one bit with my scroll wheel... It sometimes takes the game a little bit to react. I don't think it's the mouse, I think it's the game. Or maybe it's the mouse sending a delayed signal. Whatever. We got a... junior coaster here. Yeah, it's a really nice mini coaster. And this beta wall texture works well. I've seen these before, maybe not today, but I've seen this before when it's like the corners are all dragged down on these 2x2 things and then with the fences like that. I've seen that on roofs. It works well. Having to render the extra details, my guess. Maybe. Try on a web page to see if the mouse is broken. Yeah, hang on, I'll just... Let's see if I can scroll on this. Well, no. Yeah, that felt like a little delay. I'm scrolling up. Works mostly. I mean, in standard use, it's fine. Usually, you don't just do one scroll width anyway, which you would do here. Anyway, we got the monster trucks here. This feels very monster truck-like, this scenery. A lot of just beams. Which works, and of course the more, a little bit like the wooden stuff, those scenery items. The fire is very, very monster truck. I appreciate that. We've got another train station here. Very purple, but it works. Here we have a Roman-inspired RMC hybrid coaster. With the pointy roof. Roman fried chicken. And of course, my favorite scenery piece. In some kind of ruiny bit. Or as Stewie Griffin would say, ruins. This is a go-kart? Yeah, Roman racers. We got a Giga here. Huh, purple and green. Not the color combination I would have picked here. It's not ugly, but I think some other combination would have probably worked better. And then we have... This is a nice area. Ooh, I love this. The water slides. Incredibly well done. This is lovely, this bit. Absolutely lovely. Now, I already saw this at the start. I'm not so sure about this terrain, but there's not much here anyway. So it doesn't... Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this terrain with this wall type in combination with the surface. Doesn't work for me. But then here we have a mine train coaster, which is nice again. So, yeah, well done on that. Okay, we got a river rapids here with little disconnected edge bits. It doesn't really work for me either, if I'm honest. Oh, this is incredibly colorful. Got the 3 primary colors. Well, in terms of paint anyway. And, oh, we're back at the start actually. This is my favorite area of the park, the start. Looks great. Absolutely great. Some lovely buildings, lovely colors. It's quite bright. Looks like a mousetrap. Does it? Oh yeah, you got the cage here. Yeah, you do. Okay, well that's the final park. Let's put that here. I'm gonna give this one a okay. Let's go back. A 9 for Matt. Martin the Train Freak. What was that again? But yeah, I should definitely adjust my parks, my votes a little. This one. I'm gonna put this one down to an 8. It's not 9 worthy. Lurker, well that's a 10, obviously. Kazarak. What was that again? This one. Yeah, no, that's not 8 material to me if I compare it to the others. Nervous sweating. Don't worry, Max. So that's a 7. Yeah, see, I'm gonna... If I'm extending it, this was the unfinished one. I'm gonna have to put it down to a 4. This is a Max. And co. Okay, properly. In error predicting a fault. Max Arceus and 30. Immortal Cactus, what was that again? That one. Yeah, that's definitely not worth an 8. Let's put it down to a 7. Proxier, Natty, and someone else. Lying Roby. Oh, that was this one. Yeah, that's a 6. It's just not enough focus on rides. Ball Pit Warrior, Darkling, Monster Bucks. I gave that a 9, which is very high. Oh yeah. Is this 9 worthy? It is very good. For the title sequence especially. Yeah, this is 9 worthy. ATN, I gave a 6. Oh yeah, this park. Is this a 6? No, it's a 5. The red path is just too offensive to the eyes. The areas are a bit too small. It just doesn't really work. Okay. Oh yeah, this one. What did I give that? I think it should be a 7. 8. I'll downgrade it to a 7. And this one I'll downgrade to a 3. There we go. Now it's a little bit less. Everyone gets an 8. And it's a bit more evenly distributed. Alright. Marcel's gonna get a vote chain for years to come. They're welcome. Now instead everyone gets a 7. Well, most people did do a good job. Don't click clear. Where's even the clear button? Oh, on the bottom right. Yes, I am happy. Well, did I put my thing in there? Yes, I did for the last one. Submit! Hey! Well, let's finish on the best park of all. Okay, this is not the best park if you zoom out. But if you zoom in to a reasonable level, it's absolutely the best park. So, thank you very much for watching. I had a blast doing this. I should vote on Dirkling contests more often, but this one's obviously more important to me because this actually has results that I'm gonna see. Just like the previous one I voted on, because that's one I participated in. If I participate again, I will definitely vote. Let's see. Now I'm gonna see who to rate. Natty is also presumably doing... Yeah, she's currently in the one with the red path. So, thank you for watching. And vote if you want to. Go to Dirkling's Discord. And, or the OpenRCT2 Discord, I guess. It's probably there too. And I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. Have a good time at Natty's. Seeing the voting again. See ya.